everyone, and welcome. This is the Silent K, and today we're playing some MegaMek. We're gonna start off with a recap, and then we're gonna jump right into the mission. We are doing the second part of scenario diversion today, where we've got 22 turns to make it across the map. We'll get to that here in a minute. We're doing maintenance on the Wolverine, which is ooh, left leg is dropping in quality to dangerous levels, courtesy of a pair of snake eyes, but otherwise looking pretty good. Bunch of repairs that we were working on from our last couple of missions. We've got refits. We've got the Warhammer ready in 2 days. We've got the Jenner ready in about 15, I think. And the Rifleman in, what is that, 30 days? I want to say 30 days even, because 1440 seems like a familiar number. I think that's 3 days. Or is that? Yeah, that's 1440. We are trying to put the engine back into the Wolverine. In the TO&E section, Tonga Lance is on deployment. In the briefing room, we've been working on this mission for some time. We're on planting. We're 80% battle loss compensation, 20% salvage, which we're actually pretty low on. We could pull more salvage if we wanted to. Although I believe I've got the option set up to where they'll pay us cash for whatever we don't claim, which is also fine. I've been keeping an eye on the map. I've decided also that I like the hexes on the map. I think it illustrates territory a lot more clearly. And I've been keeping an eye looking out in this area and this area looking for the first parts of the clan invasion. I think Smoke Jaguar starts here and Clan Ghost Bear starts here and Clan Wolf starts up here if I'm not mistaken. One thing that I did off camera, and I mentioned this on the Discord, but for those of you who aren't on the Discord, you should be aware. I went through all of the mech warriors, all of the pilots, and I retroactively gave them all the Bronze Star Award. So Fred Jones, for example, had earned 3 of those, so I went ahead and gave those to him retroactively. So he's now sitting at 68 XP. I'm gonna hold off on spending it until the mission is over, because I don't want there to be any discrepancies between the stats that you had at the end of the mission versus the stats that you went into the mission with, because I feel like that might cause some weirdness. So I'm gonna hold off on that. Frederick French also picked up some XP, enough for a skill point or an SPA. And honestly, with Wyvern's SRM build, I was really thinking about, I can find it, Human TRO for 20 XP. I think a +2 on crit rolls with all those XP, with all those SRMs, might be really handy. Ruby Singh Gilmore has enough XP that she could pick up Melee Expert, which I think is a good move for her. Victor Rama has enough to improve his gunnery if we were wanting to do that. Vale Raszak, MVP of this little segment, picked up no less than 8 bronze stars. He had a couple of good months. He had April of 3048, he got 3 of them. March and August of 47, he got 4 of them combined. So those were a good couple months for him. And that gives him enough XP that he could put one into, well, actually, he's got enough for piloting already. Or did he? He picked up 24, so he would have had 23 before now. So he could have taken a point of piloting if he had wanted. I think we might have been working towards, was it, Terrain Master maybe? Forest Ranger would be really good. Weathered would be really good. I'll have to touch base with I don't know what he's going by these days. I know him as Lark. I'll have to touch base with him and figure out how he wants to spend his XP. Scarponi and the Warhammer. I had orders to spend his XP on gunnery and laser specialization, so I will go ahead and do that now. Laser specialist is 40 XP, which is the same as a point of gunnery would be, I believe. And in the mech he's in, it gives him all the same benefits, but none of the battle value drawbacks. Clark's name is pronounced rolling on the ground in a mech. That's why I'm thinking about giving him a point of piloting. Although honestly, in the Stalker, he hasn't fallen down too much. It was mainly when he was in the Hunchback that he likes to roll around on the floor. Let's see. Earl Sinclair picked up some XP, but not enough. I mean, enough to bring him over the 20 XP threshold, which could get some stuff, but it's not enough for gunnery. It is enough for piloting, which might be good for him. The Atlas, I think, tends to spend some time on the ground. Adon Gato only got 1, which was not enough to bring him over the threshold, but it looks like he was already there. So he might be looking at taking piloting for him as well, but I'm gonna hold off on that for the time being. So yeah, that was a fair amount of XP that we picked up when I went through those awards. In the hangar, we've still got, looks like we've got a backup Atlas still. That's we could put that into mothballs, I think. We can have Shoyab do that. I don't think he's doing anything. No, Shoyab is doing maintenance. Who then? Oliver, maybe? Yeah, Oliver Costa will go ahead and put the Atlas into mothballs. Other than that, everything seems to be in order. The warehouse, we've just got this double heat sink being worked on, and it is being worked on. In the repair bay, we've got the Wolverine waiting for its left torso and the engine install. We've got Wyvern's Archer still waiting on its right and left arm and the engine, which is almost done being put in. And we've got the Quick Draw, which is still waiting on an arm and a leg. And that's going to be a lot of work for Edeborg to take care of once she gets a chance to. In the infirmary, we've got Delphine Chocolates with 7 patients, most of whom are pretty severe, and I think all of whom are ready to detect almost, except for this guy. Elsa at 32 XP is also providing care to 15 patients, which is all well and good. C-Bell balance over time, we are gradually working our way up. We had, looks like about 215 million back in December. We're up to 310 million now. And the campaign state, this is the mission that we're working on, and then after that I'm thinking we're going to start doing reconnaissance over in this direction. Maybe here to clear out that section, maybe here to fill in these hexes. We will have to see. But in the meantime, let's get into this battle. It was, we've got Tonga Lance and some reinforcements, as well as 3 trainees that we're trying to keep alive. And in a couple more turns, we also have some reinforcements arriving from the north and some classic 3025 tech heavies. My main concern at this point is Ash. She's over here all by herself, and she is outnumbered 5 or 6 to 1, with really the only support she's got right now being the Avenging Angel, the Grand Dragon getting close, and Warwolf is on his way. Tsubasa was engaging this Awesome, or perhaps trying to flank the Victor. Hoser was trying to get an angle on the Cyclops or the Victor. Warwolf, like I said, was making his way this way to support Ash. Yeah, they've got quite a number of units, and they're fairly heavy units. But I'm hoping it's not going to be more than we can handle. That said, I'm not sure who I want to move first. I know who I want to move last, and that's gonna be Ash and I think Tsubasa. Poser, and maybe start closing in on these guys. That does give them a way to hide from us, but it forces their hand. It makes them relocate. And I think especially the Cyclops is going to be wanting to close in on us, so I don't think he's going to hide. That said, we could just kind of walk back and forth along these hexes to try to keep him at range, maybe back up in this direction if we have to. Yeah, I think that's the move. And who did he move in? He doesn't seem to have moved anyone. So let's get this Panther headed up this way towards the Awesome. We will walk 3 hexes just to keep our target mods down. Oh, right. They don't have anyone in control. So I still need to replace players. We'll go with Princess and okay. I think we can get rid of the round report. That was just for initiative. Okay, so the Awesome is actually flanking off to the right. That is interesting. And we can line up for these heavy woods next turn, have eyes on him this turn. Let's see, the other Panther I think is going to run to keep his evasion up, try to stay a little bit grouped up. So the Cyclops is hiding from Poser on the other side of those woods, as is the Rhino. I think I'm gonna have Warwolf continue moving in this direction. Not give him eyes on anyone. Well, it gives him eyes on the longbow, I guess. And that is... There were 2 longbows, one of which we had damaged. That's going to be this one that we had damaged. And that's the one with the 2.5 pilot, if I'm not... No, that's a 4.6. This is the one with the 2.5. So the fresh one is the one we need to worry about. And the fresh one is the one we've got eyes on from there. So we'll go ahead and commit to that move. Ash would really like to be 4 hexes away from that longbow if we can. That gives us heavy woods and a light woods, I think. No, it says. Let me try with control. Yeah, 2 light woods in the way. So that's going to be additional bonuses. He's going to be at a bad range for his LRMs, a bad range for his medium lasers, but it's just about perfect for us. So I think heavy woods for Ash is the way to go. And the Locust, who actually I did not mean to have moving last, I guess can all up in this direction at top speed. Maybe try to get some back shots on a stalker or something in a couple of turns. Or ideally just not, dying. That would be best. Oh, we've got eyes on the Victor. We've got the Victor on 8s, which is not bad. Last time we had 8s, we hit 2 out of 3, which is definitely beating the odds. So we'll do all 3 PPCs, and we'll throw in the large laser on a 10. Be 2 heat over, which is fine. Tsubasa has the Awesome at extreme range on 12s. And it doesn't look like he has any other shots, so I guess we'll take a pair of 12s. Let's see, the Panthers might be able to get some shots in as well on a 12, sure. And is also going to be, oh, this one's going to be a 15 because our gunnery skill sucks on this one. So he's not going to fire anything. The Locust likewise has nobody in range yet. That leaves the Stalker and the Archer. We'll have the Archer firing on the longbow. That's the fresh longbow. That is the 2.5. Needing 3s, and that's going to be, I think, just about everything, even the 9s, a couple of 9s. And finally, Warwolf has eyes also on the same longbow, but it's not in range of anything but the LRMs, which we've got 10s. So we'll go ahead and shoot those off. Alright, round report. Hoser at the Victor, landing 3 out of 3 on 8s. Nice shooting, and one of those a head hit. That's the right leg twice down to 0 armor and the head down to 2 structure. Forcing a crit check and a consciousness check. Needs a 3, gets a 6. The large laser unfortunately misses, but I'm not complaining. Tsubasa missing on 12s, the Victor missing on a 9, the Cyclops missing on an 11, the Panther hitting the Awesome in the left arm at extreme range for 9 to the left arm down to 15. 2 headshots would have been better, yeah. Hopefully we can land something else on the head of that Victor. I would not mind claiming it as salvage. We've definitely got the percentage for it. Bulldog missing on 11s and 12s. The Hermes at the Cyclops hitting the center torso and the left leg for 5 each. Longbow number 2 missing on 10s. The enemy Awesome landing 9 LRMs on our Panther's left arm and center torso. Which is, I mean, if I'm going to take 9 damage to a Panther, that's kind of where I want to take it. Ash at the longbow hits him in the right leg, the center torso, the right arm twice. No crit. The right torso again, the center torso again, right torso again. Down to 6 on the center, down to 8 on the right side. 2 small pulses both miss. The Rhino missing the Panther on 10s with a pair of LRM 20s. The Vindicator at the longbow landing 4 LRMs to the left arm, down to 5 armor there. The Grasshopper shooting into Ash's back lands a large laser to the center torso rear and a medium laser to the right torso rear. That is bad. And the Stalker landing 2 LRMs on the longbow's right leg, down to 11. The Stalker at Ash hitting her in the left arm, critting on her other hatchet. Left leg to the, or a large laser to the right torso, critting on a small pulse laser and her engine. Yeah, that seals it. I need to get her out of there. 2 SRMs both missing on 6s. The Grand Dragon missing on a 10. The Cyclops at the Panther landing 3 LRMs to the left torso. Victor needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 7. Longbow needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 6. Falls on its right side, taking 9 damage to the left torso and right leg. Forcing a seatbelt check, needs a 7, gets a 4. Which forces the first consciousness check, needs a 3, gets a 7. And then Ash needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 7. And she will be overheating quite badly this turn. And I don't think we can punch on a 3. But it's not close enough for the hatchet. We did punch him in the left arm and the right arm because we have melee master. Nice. Both of those with our left arm. Down to 14 armor in both of those locations. He kicked us in the left leg. Down to 8 armor there. And we need a 2 to stay standing. We get a 6. Everyone's running cool except the 2 longbows are at 5. The Grasshopper is at 2. Hoser is at 2. Ash is at 9. So that's going to be movement and targeting penalties for her. We've got round 5. We've won initiative. And we are going second within our team. We've got reinforcements arriving in 2 more turns. We're at 96.6%. They're at 94.0%. Yeah. about the sum of it. Alright, now, how far can Ash get this turn? She could get to here. That would make her a heck of a target. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And she wouldn't be able to escape next turn either. We'll have Warwolf continuing to advance. Maybe we can engage their stalker with our stalker. Panther number 1 will advance at a walk, taking pot shots at their awesome at long range. Other Panther can walk 3 hexes, and I think will also be at long range. Yeah, barely at long range for the awesome. Let's see, the Locust. I kind of want the Locust actually over here harassing the Victor and the Rhino and the Cyclops. The nice thing about a Locust is that if you decide you want to move a Locust, you can move a Locust quite far. Let's see, the Blackjack. We had been planning on advancing 1 hex. That gives us eyes on the Rhino. Nobody else. We can take some shots at the Rhino. We'll wait for the awesome to come into view. Hoser. Kind of want to keep my distance from that Victor. He has the Gauss rifle, but he also has medium pulse lasers and an SRM. If we can knock him out without taking too much damage from the Gauss rifle. How do we do that? Now we're going to advance in this direction at a walk. That gives us eyes on the Rhino, if nothing else. The Cyclops is running and hiding. The Victor is engaging the Hermes too, which is fine. Let's see. Now, Ash. Ash needs to make a run for it. She's down to 4-6 this turn. Her armor is in rough shape, especially on that right torso. The right arm is gone. The right torso rear is almost gone. Center torso rear is almost gone. If we do this, only the Stalker is going to be in our rear arc and wherever the Grasshopper ends up. Now the Grasshopper could do some real damage before we're able to get away from him. Oh, I think that's the move we need to make. Longbow needs a 7 to get up, gets an 8. Hoser, we've got eyes on the Victor on 6s or the Rhino on 5s. Let's go for rear arc shots on the Victor with 3 PPCs on 6s. And a 10. Now I know I know you hit 3 for 3 on 8s. The odds of doing the same thing on 6s, I'd say those are against us. Just because historically it's been the easy shots that we've had the most trouble with. Let's see, we've got the Cyclops on 8s. We'll throw in a couple shots at that. And we'll throw in a 12. Why not? Let's see, the Panther has the awesome on a 10. We'll take that shot. Other Panther. Actually. We've got the Cyclops on a 13. We've got the awesome on a 12. That's, I guess, going to be the awesome then. Let's see, the Locust has no one in range just yet. Maybe next turn. Let's see, Stalker. Of course, Ash is taking fire from the Bulldog and the Longbow. The Grand Dragon is taking fire from the other Longbow, so that's good. We've got him on 9s with the large laser. And what else have we got? We've got 9s with the LRMs. Do we have any targets for our medium lasers? Doesn't look like. We're gonna have to let those heat sinks sit idle another turn. And last but not least, Ash and her archer. We've got this longbow on 7s. We could fire like 4 medium lasers and not build up any heat. So I think we're going to do that. Oh, I saw no gyro and I saw prone. That's not a good sign. Catapult. Our friendly catapult missing the stalker on 11s. Hoser at the Victor hits him in the left arm and the left torso rear. Hitting him in the medium pulse laser and stripping his rear armor. The PPC missing and the large laser also missing. The Victor at the Hermes lands a medium pulse laser to the head, forcing his first consciousness check. Lands a medium pulse laser to the right leg, down to 8 armor. Blackjack missing on 8s and 12s. The Cyclops missing on 12s and 8s. Hermes at the Rhino lands a medium laser to the turret, which blows the turret off. So the Rhino is no longer a threat. That's good news. The longbow at the Grand Dragon hits him for 6 to the right torso and center torso. Panther missing on a 10. The Bulldog landing 9 LRMs on Ash's center torso and right leg. Panther missing on a 12. Longbow at Ash missing on 11s. The Vindicator missing on 9s. They're awesome, missing on 10s and 12s. The Rhino at the Panther. Ooh. The Rhino hits the Panther on a 9 with 12 LRMs, hits him in the left arm and the head through armor critical, which crits on the cockpit. So that Panther is actually still basically pristine, it just has a dead guy inside. The Stalker at the longbow hits him in the left torso for 7, down to 6 armor. And the Grasshopper hits Ash in the center torso rear, critting on the gyro twice. The Grand Dragon missing on 8s and 12s. The Stalker at the Grand Dragon hits him in the left arm and right torso with SRMs. Ash at the longbow hits him in the left torso and the right arm. The Victor stays standing. Ash falls down, critting on her engine again, and busting the right torso rear some more. Narrowly avoiding hurting the pilot again. So yeah, she's going to be ejecting this turn because there's no way she's going to make it across the map at this rate. You can't even crawl once your gyro is busted, so she is not going to be mobile at all. 1 movement point to turn. We've got the Grand Dragon at 7 heat. We've got the Catapult at 2. We've got the enemy Cyclops at 6 heat. The Longbows are at 7 and 5. The Grasshopper is at 2. Their Stalker is at 2. Hoser is at 3 heat, Tsubasa is at 2, Ash is up to 5 from the other engine hit. That's it for the end phase. We've lost initiative, and furthermore, we are going first. We do have reinforcements arriving next turn, but that's not going to help us until then. We're at 92.5%, they're at 84.25%. We'll have our remaining Panther, I think, will jump just to get a little evasion and a little closer. Man, that was really unlucky that that Panther got critted in the cockpit. That hardly ever happens, to be honest. Locust will move at full speed over into this direction. Let's see, Hoser and the Stalker. Stalker, I think, will continue moving in this direction. That gives her eyes on, or him eyes on, not much. As this also does not give him eyes on very much, especially not anything that's moved. They are really holding off on this part of the map. Tsubasa, I think, is actually going to camp in these heavy woods. Warwolf will engage this Stalker at a range of 6 hexes with an intervening heavy woods. I think we've got the odds on that one. He's a 4-6 pilot, we're a 3-4 pilot. We're going to run for 2 evasion. He is going to have ran for 1 evasion. So yeah, I think the odds are in our favor. Plus we've got the double heat sinks. Hoser. Maybe back up and take some shots at the Cyclops. No, we can't get eyes on the Cyclops. We can walk forward. And we've got eyes on the Cyclops, oddly enough. The Hermes is trying to get the flank. The Victor is hiding behind the woods. And Ash is going to go ahead and eject. Needs a 6. Hopefully she doesn't get too badly hurt. Rolls a 5. Eject safely, I guess. I was expecting her to take a point of damage from rolling a 5. Destroyed by ejection, that's fine. We can recover it later. We've still got like 15 turns to make it across this map, and honestly, I'm expecting we're probably going to deal a significant amount of damage to them on the way. Maybe enough to claim the battlefield. Let's see, Hoser has the Victor on 6s, or the Cyclops on 5s. I want that Gauss rifle off the field as soon as possible. So that's going to be 6s and 10s. That's going to put us 4 heat over. That's fine. We can keep the large laser out of the action next turn. Ash is not going to fire. Tsubasa has the Cyclops on a 6. Has the Awesome on an 8. That Cyclops has an autocannon 20, if I'm not mistaken, and not a lot of armor. So yeah, I think that should be our priority. Warwolf has Stalker on 7s or the Longbow on 8s. I'm gonna go with 7s because that's gonna be 7s for the medium range stuff as well. No, 9s because of the specialization on large laser. We'll do all the mediums except 1. We'll throw in all 4 LRMs. That'll put us 1 heat over. I think that's how we're gonna roll. Let's see, the Locust has the Victor at medium range on a 9, the medium laser. Who knows? Maybe the Locust will get the kill. It's worth taking the shot. And the Awesome taking shots at the Panther. Jumped and does not have a corresponding shot. We've got 13s because our gunnery skill is 6. Our piloting at least is normal. But yeah, this Panther needs to not be left alone or he will die too. And he's not going to be super effective. Hoser hits the Victor in the left torso for 10, hits him in the right arm, exploding the Gauss rifle, which is a shame on the one hand, but not all bad on the other hand. 20 damage to the right arm, transferring him to the right torso, leaving him with 8 structure, and a PPC to the left torso leaves him with 3 armor. So that was 3 for 3 on 6s, and a critical hit on an explosive item. So, nice job. The Victor hits the Hermes in the right leg with that Gauss rifle on its last turn of firing. And a medium pulse laser to the right torso, and 2 SRMs to the right arm and left torso. Allied catapult at the longbow, number 2, hits him in the center torso for 10. Gauss rifle gone is bad, but it makes Hoser happy. Look, we can buy Gauss rifles. I'm not worried about trying to salvage one. I'm worried about getting it off the field so that it doesn't head cap one of us. The Cyclops at the Avenging Angel needs 9s and 8s with the autocannon and LRMs and missing with both. Tsubasa at the Cyclops would have hit him in the left leg, but it's behind cover. Longbow at the Avenging Angel hits with 6 LRMs to the right torso and head, forcing his first consciousness check. or Lucy, I guess, is her first consciousness check. Warwolf at the enemy stalker hits him in the left torso and the right leg with large lasers, medium lasers to the arms and the center torso, 2 to the center torso, and a total of 7 LRMs to the center torso and right leg critical for no effect. The Bulldog at the Avenging Angel landing 3 SRMs to the center torso and the arms. The arms are down to 3 each. And 9 LRMs to the head, forcing his second consciousness check. And the right torso going internal. This is why I don't like Avenging Angels. Yes, they're fast, yes, they're well armed, but they have paper-thin armor. The Hermes of the Cyclops hits him in the right arm for 5, down to 5, and a Flamer to the right leg, down to 15. The Longbow at the Avenging Angel hits with 15 LRMs to the left arm, left leg going internal, and the left arm again going internal. Locust missing the Victor, their enemy Awesome missing our Panther on 8s and 10s. The Vindicator hits the Cyclops in the center torso for 10, down to 20 armor there. And their Stalker hits our Avenging Angel in the left arm with the large laser, which transfers into the left torso. SRMs to the right leg and left leg, critting on his foot and his hip, and his left leg some more, down to 3 structure. And his left torso is down to 1 armor. The Avenging Angel is going down hard. The Grand Dragon missing the Longbow on 11s and 7s. The Cyclops at the Hermes hits him in the center torso on a 6 with the big gun, down to 9 structure, critting on his engine. And a medium laser to the right arm, down to 4 armor there. The Vindicator needs 3 11s. He starts with a 6. He falls on his back, takes 5 to the center torso rear, fails his seatbelt check, needs a 7 to stay conscious, gets a 3, and blacks out. The Hermes also needs an 8 to stay standing, gets a 5, falls on its right side, lands on its right leg, destroying it and transferring into the right torso. So the Hermes is also not getting back up. Forced his second consciousness check, which he does succeed. Victor took 40 plus, needs a 7, gets a 9. Stalker needs an 8, gets a 5, falls on his right torso rear for 8 for no crit, but does go internal. Also forcing Kurt Geglin's first consciousness check, pilot of the Stalker. No physical attacks. Avenging Angel is at 2 heat. Hermes is at 3. Those guys are both out of the action though. The Grand Dragon is at 6 heat. The Catapult is at 4. Their Cyclops is at 7. The Longbows are at 7 and 3. Their other Cyclops is at 5. Poser is up to 4 heat, which is fine. Stalker, our Warwolf is up to 1 heat. Everyone else is running cool. We have 1 initiative, and we are going last. And this is the turn our reinforcements arrive. We're at 83% for our team. We're at 76.5% of our forces, which is rough. Our allies are at 81%. Primary outfor is at 77%. And of course, our reinforcements are at 100. And they are... What are you guys doing? You could have deployed anywhere on the north edge, and you deployed in the northeast corner. Like, I get that you want to get into the rear of the Awesome, but we've got more important enemies out there. Oh, Princess, I hate you. What, are you scared of them? We could have pinchered them. We've got Warwolf coming in, we've got a Grand Dragon, we've got Hoser on his way. We could have crushed these longbows. They've got little armor. The Cyclops has little armor. Grasshopper is probably the biggest threat over here besides the Stalker. Alright, Ash. Start moving off the field. Hoser. Victor doesn't have a Gauss rifle. He's not a threat anymore. He's got a medium pulse laser and an SRM. The Cyclops still has an autocannon 20, and he looks like he's closing on Tsubasa. Tsubasa. Is he close to medium range for you? He is in medium range. We're at extreme range for him. So that's gonna be normally 10s. He is a 4-6, so that's gonna be 10, 11, 12 for running, 13, 14 for the woods I'm in. Yeah, we're going to sit tight for a turn. We'll probably jump into these woods next turn, and maybe these woods the turn after that, just to keep some distance from him. But for right now, we're going to skip our movement. Panther is going to maybe jump in this direction. I want him down off of that ledge. But I also want him to be able to take shots at either the Cyclops or the Awesome. From here, it looks like he can do both. Let's see. Werewolf. If we can get into medium laser range of this Stalker, that would be nice. And we can add a run for 3 hexes. Let's see. Hoser. Oh, the Locust is getting ganged up on by the Victor. Hoser, it's time to start backing up. Let's engage the Cyclops. I think that's going to be through the heavy woods. Yeah, 1 heavy woods. Maybe this turn, but not next. We'll have to see. And there goes the air conditioning. So sorry about that. Last but not least, the Locust is just gonna haul ass. The Hermes tries to get up and fails, crits on his engine twice and dies. The pilot takes another point of damage. Stalker needs an 8 to get up, gets a 12. So let's see where he ended up. He ended up still 3 hexes from Werewolf, which is good. We're on his right side, which appears to be his, well, on his arms and torso, it's his weak side, but on his legs, it's his, sorry, it's his strong side and his torso. It's his weak side and his legs. Let's start with Hoser. We've got the Victor on 5s, or we've got the Cyclops on 5s. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll take 3 shots with the PCs. And I think that'll be it, because I don't want to go 5 heat over just yet. Captain Ash cannot attack. Tsubasa at the Cyclops on 4s. Maybe we can force him a PSR for him. We'll throw in a medium laser on an 8 to go 1 heat over. Locust at the Awesome on an 11. Sure, we'll take that shot. The Panther at the Cyclops on a 13. Not worth shooting. And finally, Werewolf can lay into the Stalker on 3s and 5s. I like the sound of that. And now I think is when we go 5 heat over. It'll slow us down the next turn. We won't be able to fire everything. We'll probably keep one of the largest silent, depending. Actually, we've got the Grasshopper on 6s, or the Bulldog on 7s. This is actually kind of a tough choice. It's what we call a target-rich environment, I think. The Stalker's already damaged. Let's try to take him down. Oh, I saw prone on our Stalker. Catapult, missing on 9s. Their Marauder, or sorry, our Marauder at the Awesome hits him in the right torso and the right leg with PPC and a medium laser. The enemy's Cyclops hits the Avenging Angel in the left torso rear. The Avenging Angel goes boom. Warhammer missing with 2 PPCs, hitting with 4 SRMs, almost, actually critting on the Awesome's lower arm. The Awesome at the Cyclops, or Hoser at the Cyclops, hits him in the left arm for 10, down to 0. Hits him in the right torso for 10, down to 10. Hits him in the left torso for 10, down to 10. So that is 30 points of damage on the Cyclops right there. Couldn't ask for more. The longbow at the Avenging Angel, but he's already dead, so that doesn't really matter. But it's damage that we're not taking, so I'm not mad at it. The Bulldog, landing 9 LRMs on Warwolf's right arm and center torso. The allied Lancelot hits the Awesome in the right arm for 10, down to 14. The Blackjack hits the Cyclops in the right torso with the ER large and the medium laser critting on his big gun. So the Cyclops has also been defanged. Is that 9 hits in a row? I think it is, because it was 5, 6s, and then 5s. But yeah, that was at least 6, maybe 9 solid hits in a row on easy shots, which is which is unusual around here. Let's see. So we critted on the Cyclops' autocannon 20. The longbow missing on 11s, the locust missing on 11, the Awesome, the primary op for Awesome, hits our Marauder in the center torso with a large laser, down to 27 armor there. The Grand Dragon at the longbow hits him in the head with a PPC, forcing a second consciousness check. And LRMs to the right torso and arm, down to 5 structure on that arm. Grasshopper at our Stalker hits him with a medium laser to the right arm, down to 18 armor there. Our Reinforcement Dragon at the Awesome hits him in the left leg and left arm for 5 each. And 6 LRMs to the right arm and center torso. Enemy Stalker at Warwolf hits him in the left torso with a medium laser, hits him in the center torso with a medium laser. The enemy Cyclops missing Tsubasa on a 10. Warwolf at the Stalker. Return fire. Hit him in the left and right arm with large lasers, down to 10 armor in both of those locations. Medium lasers to the left torso, left arm down to 0. Right leg down to 11, right torso down to 20. And 7 SRMs to the legs and arms, it looks like. No crit to the left arm. Right arm down to 6 armor. The enemy Awesome needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 6. The enemy Stalker needs an 8, gets an 8. The enemy Cyclops needs an 8, gets a 10. And Warwolf takes 20 plus, needs a 5 to stay standing, gets a 3. Falls would have been on his head, but lands on his left leg and right torso instead. Needs a 5 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. So he is prone, but he's still relatively well armored, I think. Did a good number on that Stalker, but didn't quite shut him down. Let's see, our allies are at 8 and 6 heat. The enemy Cyclops is at 16, needs a 4 plus to avoid shutting down, gets a 7. The longbows are at 12 and 2 heat. The Grasshopper is at 2 heat. Our friendly Warhammer is at 6 heat. He's going to have to cool it with those PPCs next turn. And Warwolf is at 5. Because we opted to overheat this turn, because it was worth it. We've lost initiative, but we are going first within our team. We're at 78.3%, they're at 72%. Specifically, we're at 75, our allies are at 60, primary op 4 is at 72, reinforcements are at 99. Because they hid way across the map from literally everyone else. Let's see, Panther is going to move to reinforce against the Cyclops. Ash. Continue moving off the side of the board. Let's see, the Locust. Locust is gonna book it over to here for that +4 mod. Maybe we can get him shot in the back on the Awesome. Not that it really matters because he's got like 20 armor on his CT back. Let's see, Tsubasa. As the Cyclops, short range with the large lasers. He's already starting to look pretty rough, especially that right torso. So we've got him. Let's see. We've got him. That's 2 for gunnery, 3 for the woods, 4 for his TMM. 4s and 8s with the mediums. Yeah. Maybe we'll skip our movement again this turn. I don't want him to get too close, but we can always move faster than he does. Hoser, you're getting closed in on by the Victor. The Cyclops is also kind of moving in your direction, and other than the Panther and Tsubasa and the Locust, you are our rightmost, our easternmost asset. So I'm thinking maybe we want to hold the line against those guys, or do we want to just advance at full speed towards this conflict going up in here? I think our next target is going to be this longbow. Or maybe the other longbow. The one that's hurt more badly. Yeah, Holzer is going to start relocating to the west. I'm going to try to get them down to 50%. The Cyclops is going to get some concentrated fire, but the Victor I'm going to be ignoring. And Warwolf. Warwolf will get up. We can't use careful stand because we only have 2 walking movement points, which means that we're going to need a 6 to get up. Here's hoping. Nope, he fell on his right arm and right torso rear. And now he has used all of his walking movement points. We will have him stand still for the rest of his turn so we don't run or anything. Yeah, we saw that. He fell on his back. Hoser taking shots from the Victor. We got the longbow on 9s. We got the Victor on 3s. The Victor has a medium pulse laser and an SRM4, which he needs 9s with. And he has not a lot of armor left, especially on his left torso rear. His right torso has taken some damage. Oh, from the Gauss rifle explosion. We could hit him in the right leg if we get lucky. Yeah, we'll throw in a 7 as well, just to see. Ash, you have no guns to fire. Let's see. Panther first at the Cyclops on an 11. Tsubasa next on the Cyclops on 3s and 7s. What? We'll take 1 pretty much guaranteed hit. And then 4 7s. Hopefully at least 2 of those land and make it worth it. Warwolf taking combined fire from longbows, bulldog, grasshopper, and the stalker, looks like. It's a good thing he's actually prone, because that's going to make it harder for him to be hit. And also it means he can't fall down if he takes too much damage. That said, that grasshopper only needs 6s. Because he is... Wait, only needs 6s. He walked, he's a 4-5, and we're prone. I guess that's it. We've got the stalker on 3s and 5s. We've got the longbow on 4s and 8s. And this is the longbow with the worst pilot. Let's try and take out that stalker. He's got a good array of weapons. We'll keep one of the larges silent. Oh, we can't. We're propping with the right arm. Yeah, no, we can throw in a large. We'll throw in both larges at the stalker on 3s. We'll skip the 2 right arm medium lasers, skip the right arm SRM, and we'll go 1 heat over with the LRMs on 10s. The Locust can hit the Awesome in the back on an 8, sure, why not? Alright, the Catapult missing the Stalker on a 9, the Marauder hitting the Awesome in the right torso with a PPC and both PPCs. Going internal and critting on 2 heat sinks, and the autocannon to the right to the center torso. The Victor missing on 9s, the Warhammer missing on 8s, Hoser at the Victor, landing 3 more hits to the left torso and the center torso twice. The large laser also hits, critting on the right leg hip and a jump jet. So that is some really good shooting from Hoser, especially with that laser. That was nice. He's probably going down. He's going to be much less of a threat now. He's going to be a lot less mobile. And he's down to just short-range weapons, so we can avoid him really easily now. Longbow on 10s, landing 12 LRMs on Warwolf's right arm, down to 3 armor. Grand Dragon hits the Longbow in the left arm, down to 3 structure. The Bulldog landing 12 LRMs on Warwolf's left torso, down to 10. The Lancelot missing on a 6 and an 8. The Longbow at the Grand Dragon hits him in the head, forcing his first consciousness check. Hits him in the right leg for 2 more, down to 16. The Dragon at the Cyclops missing on 10s and 8s. The Awesome hitting the Marauder in the left arm with a PPC, down to 12 armor there. The Blackjack at the Cyclops hits him in the left leg with a large, down to 4 armor. And 2 medium lasers to the center torso and left arm, critting on his hand and medium laser. So that is a chunk of his remaining firepower gone. The Grasshopper at Warwolf on 6s, hitting with 2 large lasers to the left arm and left leg, fortunately our strong side. And a medium laser to the left torso, down to 5. Warwolf at the Stalker hits him in the right leg and right arm with the large lasers, critting on one of his mediums. Medium lasers to the left leg and right arm. 1 to the head, forcing his second consciousness check, the right torso. 4 SRMs to the right leg for no crit, the center torso and the head, forcing his third consciousness check. Did I not fire 2 SRMs? Oh, because we're propping with the other one, right. Their Stalker at Warwolf hits him in the right torso and left arm with large lasers on 6s. And the Locust would have hit the Awesome in the left leg, but it's behind cover. The Cyclops hitting Tsubasa in the left torso with a medium laser, down to 11 armor there, and 8 LRMs to the legs, down to 17 and 19. Victor needs a pair of 8s. 13 in a row? Things are going to go badly soon, you think? We'll see. I feel like they've already kind of gone pear-shaped a little bit, what with Ash having to eject and all. So yeah, the Victor needs a pair of 8s, gets an 11 and a 6, falls on his front, taking 8 damage to the left arm and right torso. Needs an 8 to avoid hurting the pilot, needs a 10 to stay conscious, gets a 9, and the Victor is blacked out. The enemy Awesome also goes down, needs a 5, gets a 3, takes 8 damage to the left leg and left torso. Needs a 5 to avoid damage, gets another 3. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets an 11. The Stalker took 40 plus damage, needs an 8, gets a 9. The Grand Dragon is at 2 heat, their Cyclops is at 6, the Longbows are at 7 and 1 heat, the Grasshopper is at 3, the other Cyclops is at 2, Hoser's right is at 2, our friendly Warhammer is up to 8, the Marauder is up to 7, and Warwolf is at 1. Because he sank some from overheating last turn. We have lost initiative, but at least we're going last within our team. Our team is at 76.4%, their team is at 67.8%. The Challenger Deeper at 72.25%, our allies are at just under 60%, and our reinforcements are still at 99 or thereabouts. Primary Out 4 is down to 10,000 BV out of 15,000. We're at 67.8%. The So the Victor is immobile and prone. The Awesome is prone. The Cyclops is pretty well defanged. He's down to a medium laser, an SRM4, and some LRMs. That said, Tsubasa is going to jump into these woods. Try to keep a little distance. I do not want him getting into melee range of us. He would absolutely destroy us. Let's see, the Locust can kind of go. Yeah, we'll turn next turn. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Well, no, because even still, we've got that little pit to go through. I'm gonna hold off on the Locust. Maybe we can take the Cyclops from behind. Ash is going to flee this turn. Hoser will continue to advance in this direction. He's got eyes on a couple of things, including that Cyclops up there that hasn't taken any damage yet. That Cyclops has an autocannon 20. Warwolf, can we back up outside of 3 hexes of that Cyclops? Oh wait, that's... Cyclops is there. We're at 4 hexes from him. Stalker is looking rough, but the Stalker doesn't have an autocannon 20. Yeah, we'll back up. We need a 6 to get up, and we succeeded this time, fortunately. The Locust is going to try to reinforce over there as well. I feel like our reinforcements have their Awesome well in hand. Our Panther, likewise, is going to... moving to long range for weapons. Hoser's fine with moving in that direction as long as that is moving to long range for weapons. Yeah, I mean, that's like medium range for some of your guns, but yeah, it's long range for most of theirs. We'll have the Panther go ahead and charge the Cyclops. Hopefully we can land a hit with our PPC on the way past. We needed a 6, we got the 6, barely, and the Awesome needed a 4, got a 7. And he is squaring off against the Lancelot. We are not firing on the Victor this turn. We've got the Grasshopper on 8s, we've got the Cyclops on 6s. That is going to be the Cyclops on 6s. We'll throw in, got a 10 or a couple 12s to heat over. You know what? We'll throw in 112. We'll save the heat for next turn. We might be able to get some more medium lasers. Tsubasa at the Cyclops on 8s. And we'll skip the 12s. Panther at the Cyclops on an 8. And an 11. We'll hold off on that. Warwolf, I think, is also going to be firing on the Cyclops on, that's going to be 3s and 7s. We'll go 1 heat over. No, we'll skip one of the mediums and we'll go 2 heat over. Because the SRMs are more efficient. They really are. Let's see, the Locust can get the back of the Awesome on a 9, so we'll take that shot. Catapult at the Victor, who is unconscious and motionless, hits him in the right torso and the CT critical for no effect. The Marauder hits the Awesome in the center torso with the autocannon. The Warhammer hits the Awesome in the right torso with a PPC, and SRMs to the left leg and right torso. That is his LRM 15, and I think his PPC gone as well. Yeah, he's down to a large laser and a small laser. So he's effectively been defanged. Hoser's Ride at the Cyclops hits him in the left arm, the right leg, and the right torso. Missed with the medium laser, so that kind of breaks the streak of hits. But I think on a 12 that was to be expected. That was really just a in case shot. But we did hit 3 out of 3 with the PPCs, leaving him with single-digit armor on one arm and one leg, and barely in the double digits on that torso. The Cyclops, firing on Warwolf, misses with the autocannon on an 8, fortunately. Does land 6 LRMs to the right leg and right arm. 16 in a row, yeah. That's quite the streak. Tsubasa missing on 8s, the longbow at Warwolf, landing 24 LRMs to the left torso, center torso, right torso, left arm. Down to 0 on that left torso, down to 5 on the left arm. Panther missing on an 8, the Bulldog, landing 2 SRMs, critting on a double heatsink twice, or 2 double heatsinks, one or the other. And if I'm not mistaken, we've got ammo in that left torso. Yeah, we've got SRM-6 ammo in that left torso, so we need to be a little careful of that. The Grand Dragon hits the longbow in the center torso, critting on his engine and gyro. And that was number 2. Number 2 is the one with the mediocre pilot. But still, engine and gyro, longbow going down. Longbow hits the Grand Dragon in the left arm for 3. Lancelot missing on 9s and 6s. The enemy Awesome landing a PPC on our Marauder's right arm and a large laser to the left torso, missing with everything else. The Dragon hits the Awesome in the left arm with a medium laser, down to 1 armor there. And the Grasshopper on 7s and 12s misses with everything. Warwolf returning fire at the Cyclops hits him in the left leg and left torso for 8 each. Medium lasers to the right leg twice and the left leg. And 5 SRMs to the right torso and the left leg, going internal but not getting the crit. Locust misses the Awesome on a 9. The Cyclops misses the Locust on 12s and 8s. Cyclops needs a 6, gets a 6. The Longbow needs a 9, gets a 9. Awesome needs a 5, gets a 5. Warwolf needs a 5, gets a 5. That has to be the first time I've ever seen 4 people make their piloting skill checks with exactly what they needed. The odds of that are astonishingly small, I think. Going into, what is it, round 9, physical attacks. Lancelot kicks the Awesome in the left leg, does not knock him down. But he is down to 7 armor. The Grand Dragon is at 6 heat, their Cyclops is at 7, the Longbow is at 7, and the other one's at 5. Their Awesome is at 4 heat, their Grasshopper is at 6. Our Warhammer is down to 7 heat. Warwolf is up to 6 because he did take a couple of engine crits, or not engine crits, heatsink crits. We've won initiative, but we are going first within our team. We're at 60% of our forces. Primary Op 4 is at 60% of theirs. We need to get them down to 50 to call it a win. Oh, the Victor regained consciousness. That's nice. Let's see. We're starting with the Panther. We'll have him run this way. Hoser is gonna wait. Warwolf up to enough heat to slow him down. We're going to back. No, do we back off? I don't want to be at LRM range from these longbows. They just have too much damage potential. I wish I could take control of that catapult and get him to do something useful. Locust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. We'll scoot over there and take some shots at the Victor. Oh, the stalker is in retreat. Is that so? Tsubasa. I think we'll stand still this turn. And Hoser will walk forward. That gives us eyes on this longbow, which I think is in retreat. It is crippled. Awesome is crippled and withdrawing. Longbow number 2 is crippled and withdrawing. Is this number 2? 136? It doesn't say, but I'm going to assume yes. So we don't have to worry about these two anymore. As long as we don't shoot at them or anything. The Cyclops still has his autocannon 20. So that, I think, is going to be our primary target for right now. Warwolf will advance. Ooh. He lands that autocannon on our left torso. We're out half of our weapons. On the other hand, Hoser has eyes on him from where he is, but he hasn't moved yet. Warwolf. I want him to have to move if he's going to get close enough to hit Warwolf. And I want Warwolf to try to tank him on the right side. So we're going to close on the longbow. And he still has not moved yet. Can we get eyes on the longbow? We can get eyes on the longbow. So we'll do that. Alright, movement phase. Victor gets up on a 7, runs with a damaged hip or gyro, needs a 7, gets an 8. Starting with Hoser, we've got the grasshopper on 4s, we've got the longbow on 6s. Warwolf is going to be firing at the Cyclops, I think, so the longbow is going to be your priority. I know it's not quite as easy of a shot, but I believe in you. We can hit with the large laser too. All goes our way. We've got the Victor on 6s, sure. The Locust at the Victor on 5s and 7s. Yeah, that's more likely to hit than I thought the Locust was going to have. Panther at the Victor on a 10. And Warwolf at the Cyclops, which is within 3 hexes. He did move. He needs... what does he need? He needs 4s to hit me on the right side. That is going to hurt. That is going to hurt a lot. That's going to be 1 large, all Z mediums. And we'll go 4 heat over with the SRMs. 5 heat over on the SRM. You know what? Let's go 7 over on the heat with the LRMs as well. Hopefully that's enough to kill him. Oh, Warwolf is in rough shape. I saw that graphic. The Victor missing on 7s and 9s. Hoser at the longbow. Missed with the first PPC. But we did get him in the left arm and the right leg, critting on his upper leg. He might be going down. And missed with the large laser. Blackjack at the Victor hits him in the left arm, transferring into the left torso, hits him in the right torso. The Cyclops at Warwolf hits him in the chest with the autocannon 20 and a medium laser down to 26 structure. Ouch. Thought we were tough enough to take that, unless he got lucky, but that really hurts. The Locust hits the Victor in the right torso with a medium laser. The Catapult hits the Grasshopper in the center torso with a PPC, leaving him with 20 armor. Longbow at the catapult hits with 21 LRMs to the right arm and center torso and the legs. The Marauder hits the Awesome in the center torso rear with the autocannon 5. He's down to 14 armor there. Medium laser to the center torso rear, down to 9. The Bulldog at Warwolf hits with 12 LRMs to the legs and right torso. The Warhammer at the Awesome hits him in the right leg critical for no effect. Down to 14 armor there. Panther at the Victor missing on a 10. Warwolf at the Cyclops hits him in the center torso with the large laser. Hits him with medium lasers to the left torso, 2 to the left leg, taking out 3 of his actuators. The right torso, the right arm twice, down to 0 armor there. And 5 SRMs, taking out his right leg, foot, and upper leg actuators. And 5 more SRMs, taking out both of his hips and his other lower leg. So yeah, that Cyclops is about to go down like a sack of wet dirt. The Grasshopper at Warwolf hits him in the head with the large laser. Apparently we're out of edge, forcing a first consciousness check. Medium lasers to the right leg and the head. Well, that's just the worst. That is absolutely just the worst, and that sucks. Oh man. 2 lucky hits, a large laser and a medium laser. Yeah, they were on 4s, but the odds of taking 2 head hits in 1 turn, that's really slim. Oh man, that is just devastating. Well, yeah. The Grand Dragon missing, the Lancelot hitting the Awesome in the left leg and left torso with large lasers, medium laser to the center torso. Cyclops number 2 missing on 11s and 7s. Dragon 1N landing 6 LRMs on the Awesome to the center torso. That's what I wanted a while ago, but not to us. Yeah, same here. Same here. That was exactly the kind of luck I was hoping we would have. And not the kind of luck I was hoping the opponent would have. That said, man, that is such a bummer. I don't want to, that said, that. Cyclops goes down, crits on his autocannon, 20 ammo, destroyed by ejection. The Victor stays standing, the longbow goes down, the longbow takes 9 to the right torso and center torso. Awesome needs a 6, gets a 6. Alright, Grand Dragon kicks the Grasshopper and misses. The Lancelot kicks the Awesome in the left leg down to 4 structure. The Grasshopper kicks the Dragon in the left leg down to 3. Marauder kicks the Awesome in the right leg down to 16 armor. Grand Dragon needs a 6 and a 5, gets them both. Awesome needs a trio of 5s, and fails the last one. Takes 8 damage to the center torso and right leg. Needs a 5 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 6. Grand Dragon is at 6 heat, Catapult is at 6 heat, their longbow is at 8, the other longbow is at 0. The Awesome is at 0, the Grasshopper is at 6, Poser is at 2, our Lancelot and Marauder are at 1, the Warhammer is down to 6. And yeah, we've got the primary outfor down to 45%. We can call this a win now. As much as I don't really want to. Yes, we save the salvage. Alright, so we've got two inoperable mechs, both of which lost their cockpits, one of which lost its entire head. Man, that is such a bummer. And that's after he ran out of edge. How many times did they almost hit him in the head? Like 3. Yeah, the longbow escaped, the other longbow escaped, the awesome escaped, the grasshopper escaped. The stalker? Yeah, I guess the stalker escaped. The cyclops. Oh no, this is not the one I was thinking of. Oh, that one fell on his ammo. That's right. This cyclops got away as well. So, did we capture anyone? Yeah, we captured a couple guys from the Rhino and the pilot of the Victor. Pilot of the Victor was a 3-5, so I guess that's cool. Let's see. The Victor. We can give that one to Hoser. Cyclops. We can give that one to Warwolf, posthumously. That's about it. Everything else is our forces or our allied forces or things that we didn't actually accomplish. Force withdrawal of 50%. Yeah, that's going to be both longbows, the awesome, both cyclopses. Reached the north edge. That was, yeah, we accomplished that. And preserve 100%, we failed that. As one of the Panthers also took a lucky head hit. I'll call that a Pyrrhic victory. That sucked. Is there a final payout for that? No, there wasn't even a final payout for that. Man, that is just such a downer. Yeah, you'll get your doctoring in. Left torso, Chris. Yeah, we'll have Chris do that. Those are both Ediborg. Ammo bin is gonna be Dolfikar. Ammo bin is gonna be Dolfikar. We've got more Ediborg jobs for the arms and legs. Alright. Well, I guess now that we're back from combat, we can spend XP for that special ability. It'll not run away from me. So, huzzah for that. I guess that battle was one big old mixed blessing. Who else? Who else? Adon Gato. No. Ash. Not enough either. Hoser. You still have 10 XP. Might I recommend a 4th point of edge? Because apparently 3 is not enough. Wyvern has already got gunnery specialization missile and gunnery missile. What else can we give him? Oh yeah, we are gonna do human TRO mech. and human TRO vehicle. Just about to shout all the edge. Yeah, we can do that. That'll be 4 points of edge for you. Oh, man. That just would have been 5 hits to the head without edge, because I know he had at least 3 points of edge. I think I should be a sniper and never get closer than long range. That'll be a lot easier now. I was actually thinking that you're probably going to be spending more time at extreme range now because the penalty for that is going from 8 to 4. So the main difference between long and extreme range for you now is going to be the amount of damage you do. I want you to be close enough to do full damage with the PPCs because then 2 hits equals a PSR. Whereas at extreme range, you're only doing 9 per hit, so 2 hits is only 18. You'd have to hit all 3 in order to get that PSR. And a +4 for extreme range, it's less likely you're going to hit 3 for 3. But it's a lot more likely now than it was before you had sniper. Victor. Did you actually see that the edge was used? Yeah, I did. I saw at least 2 being used. One when he fell, one when he got shot. I guess the third I wasn't paying close enough attention for. Victor Rama, we're gonna go ahead and give you gunnery specialization laser. You're in the grasshopper. What else was it? It was Scarponi. Already got gunnery specialization. Okay. But yeah, as far as using the edge, I would be tempted to check the footage, but I'm pretty confident that it worked out the way it was supposed to. It sucks that they got so lucky in that regard. If it had been 2 medium lasers, it would have just been a sensor crit. That much I remember seeing, but it was a medium and a large, which was enough to behead him. So what else did we want? We've got Petra. Wait. Why is Petra not in the Wait a minute. Moved from Banshee? What happened? Wait, what happened to the Banshee? Wait, what happened to the Banshee? It says that happened today. Removed from Banshee, 7/21/49. The Banshee is no longer in the hangar. What happened? Okay, Stalker has been recovered, Archer has been recovered, Blackjack has been recovered, Poser's Ride has been recovered, Banshee has been removed from the unit roster. Can we undo that? Why did that happen? That was not part of the deal. Yeah, we are, you know what we're gonna do? We're going to, because I don't think that there's an inactive mechs tab. Unmaintained units, no. All mothballed units, no. All active units. That's a tab I might try working with for once in a while. But yeah, That was a 3S? Yeah, that was a 3S. So we're gonna we're going to purchase unit BNC 3S. We're going to use GM mode to add that back in. We're going to extra maintenance time, and it sucks because the Banshee was actually in really good shape as far as like its maintenance reports. I want to say it was condition B or A at least. Who was maintaining it? LeBree's doing a refit. Sosik maybe? Or Susan? We'll have Susan do it now. And that is a really weird glitch to come across. Let's see. Then we're going to customize 3S Mark III. We're going to begin the refit. We'll have Elizabeth They work on that. Yes, I know that's a vessel tech. And then we're going to use GM mode to complete refit. Okay. And then we're going to name it the birdhouse like it was. So that was weird, and I don't know why that happened, but I think I pretty well fixed it. That birdhouse is now... What is... do we not have ID numbers anymore? I guess we don't have ID numbers anymore. I guess that's what it is. So let's see. That's all waiting for... There's Edinburgh. We can get the leg on the quick draw. Let's schedule count 10 ammo bins. We can get rid of those. They're not doing us any good. They're not worth anything. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and save on a new file. So that I don't know, in case I need to undo anything that just happened. Because a lot just happened, I feel like. Let's see. Alan Davy. You're not assigned to anything, and that's okay. Yeah, you were going to spend XP on Melee Master. Petra was going to spend XP on Leadership, which is absolutely huge for us. Because it means that we can field more techs, and more techs means more mechs. Okay, so we're going to show tech skills. Tech mech. We've got a couple of 8s here. We've got a 6 here. Okay, so regular MekTech. Good deal. Got a couple of 8s, I guess. Okay, so we can assign, I guess, Ogiko's mechs to Shada. Where was the other mech? I guess, oh, it must have been the one getting refitted, because that won't let you assign a tech, but it'll let you unassign a tech. So that must be the Jenner is the one not being maintained right now. And the Jenner should be done any day now, wasn't it? No, the Jenner is going to be another 15 days. Edinburgh is going to be busy. We can have Penny start on that on a 6. You know what? Why not? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That said, don't think I want either of these guys doing that because that's like an 8-day job for them and they need a 6. Those are being worked on. Okay, so I think let me just go ahead and resave this again. That'll be post mission. Yes, I want to replace that, and we will advance the day. And it's on the Sholigar, quality A. All right. Let's see. We're still working on the left torso. Still working on the right arm. We got the engine in the Archer. Nice. We're still working on getting the engine into the Wolverine. We got the left leg on the quick draw. Nice job, Ediborg. We mothballed the Atlas. We've got the Warhammer ready tomorrow. A bunch of parts we can't have. Oh, I'm so bummed about that. Let's see, the quick draw needs some actuators. We've got 3 guys who can do actuators. Sitting here doing nothing, so we'll have them do that. Okay, Anacito, can you do one of those? Thank you. Okay, those are waiting for Ediborg. This is a work in progress. We've still got 420 minutes worth of armor to put on the quick draw. Oh yeah, I also wanted to buy some more armor because I believe we're getting low. Yeah, we're down to 726 points on hand. We'll just buy another 10 lots, another 50 tons. So the Warhammer just has some minor armor damage. Wait. What? The Sam Pack. Warhammer, the Orion, and the Marauder? That must have been... Okay, that must have been from day before yesterday. Yeah, Tongalance is still deployed. So this is, okay. That confused me for a minute. I lost track of where I was, as far as the repairs and missions go. So we've got Fred Modry. You actually have all of your time. Fred Modry, yes, you are not doing maintenance on anything. Although, yeah, Fred Modry, you're gonna be our armor guy for the time being. Let's see, the Orion just needs some ammunition. We actually have some green techs that can work on that. Oh, Alman Mari, actually is no longer a green tech. Apparently he did some studying on his time off. He is now our freshest regular mech tech. Means, yes, Rudin, you're our ammo guy. Zulfikar, you got promoted. And the Marauder, Fred Modry, we can do 50 and 5 and 10, 20 and 15. Alright, that leaves 45 minutes. We'll have Shasa do that job. 35 minutes left for Susan. Yasrudin can do some real. Wait, SRM6 ammo bin. We are almost out of SRM6 ammo. SRM6 ammo, yeah, we're down to 3 shots. We need to buy, about 15 of those. SRM4 ammo, we're down to 52 shots, so we need to buy tons. We'll do 6 tons of that. And the SRM2 ammo. Do we not have any SRM2 ammo either? We'll purchase parts. Edition SRM2. And we'll buy maybe a couple hundred rounds of that, just in case. So that should be SRM ammo taken care of. Let's check on our LRM ammo as well. We've got 146 shots of LRM-10, 102 shots of LRM-15, 85 shots of LRM-20. We're going to pick up another 18 of those. And LRM-5 ammo, we're at 195 shots, which is not bad. So that's SRMs and LRMs. Autocannon 10 ammo, we've got 270 shots. We've got, yeah, we're good for regular autocannon ammo. How about ultra autocannon and LBX ammo? Yeah, we need to buy about another 6 of those. About another 6 of those. STU. Okay, we're good for Ultra 5 ammo. We're good for Tracer ammo. Okay, so that is now quite a lot of ammo in our acquisition list. So we'll maybe be getting our administrators up some levels after this. Speaking of which, yeah, 5 edge, 4 edge, 1 edge, but not enough to go up. Almost enough to get a 4th elite command administrator. Almost enough to get a 3rd elite administrator HR. Administrator logistics is on the way. Administrator transport is on the way. Of course, we already have some elites of each of these. Got 7 edge, which is frankly ridiculous. You do not have any edge. That edge trigger, that's gonna be a failed acquisition check. So in the briefing room, we are all caught up. In the repair bay, we are pretty well caught up. We've still got some work for Ediborg, but everything else is coming along. Let's see. Armory, we're good on. Who do we have in the recon? We've got Galatea and Aleutian are both in recon. Galatea is ready to roll. Aleutian is not. So we'll have Galatea do some scouting and watch them probably run into some bad guys. Said, yeah, Galatea. Thinking right here. And we landed on a hostile mech base. What are the odds? So I think that will wait until next week. In the meantime, let's take a look at that. And that is actually geared up for tomorrow. We've got some base turrets. We've got primary op 4, 9,500 points, a bunch of light tanks, some allied reinforcements coming in. Bad event. Hostiles are coordinating additional forces in the area from the comm center. Hostile BV budget increase. Good equipment. The enemy force appears to be well equipped. Allied reinforcements. Now we're at about 10,000 points, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 10,000. And they've got 9,500. So it should be relatively easy. They've got 1, 2, 3 lances of tanks. So that should be about 3 kills apiece for our pilots. Depending on, someone might get more, someone might get less. We're trying to destroy at least 75% of all hostile units. So that's going to be at least 2 kills apiece on average. What else do we need to do before we call it a night? Open the suggestions here. We've got the Wolverine will be ready hopefully tomorrow. The Archer is still waiting on an arm and a leg. Quick Draw, just waiting on an arm, which should be done tomorrow. So yeah, if we could advance the day. Hire a new pilot and call him Lark. We actually have some pilots in reserve. We could give Alan Davey that call sign. He's already a 2-3 pilot. Or we've got Ian Turtle, who is a 4-4, who's been with us for a while. Komachi Ono is a 3-6, so she's liable to spend some time on the ground. Actually, we can go ahead and spend some of her XP making her a better pilot. So now she's a 3-5. 5-5, 5-5, 7-5. We can do something about that. 6-5. I don't think we can do anything about that. Can we? Actually, 5-5. 6-6. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make you a better pilot as well. That leaves Jack Segala with not enough XP to become a better pilot. Not quite. That said, he's a decent shot. But yeah, I think. Ooh, natural aptitude gunnery. How did I not notice that before? Yeah. Assigned to unit as pilot. We'll put him in the stalker. And we will change call sign. We're gonna call him Lark. Save him for Hoser's replacement. Who? Ian Turtle or Yoshimasa? Natural aptitude gunnery. A little late for that. I've already kind of committed to calling him Lark. But in the Stalker, that natural aptitude gunnery is going to be so handy. Yeah, just it's bristling with guns. So the more dice we can roll, the better off we're going to be. I think we're ready to advance one more day. Oh, that's right. That's only getting worked on like 30 minutes a day. Yeah, we'll advance a day and then we should be able to start working on fixing up this stalker. We've got the personnel market updated. We've got a veteran soldier with some mechanized wheeled flamer platoon. Not interested in that. Mech base hostile capture is today, so this is where we are stopping for the day. Stuka. Slowly improving in quality still. We got the left torso fixed on the Wolverine. Good deal. We're still working on the right arm on the quick draw. Amelia is still working on that double heat sink. We got the engine into the Wolverine. We've got the Warhammer is going to be another 7,800 minutes, so that's unfortunate. The Jenner, I think, is post-roll, so that actually should only be like another 15 days on that. A bunch of ammunition and parts that we can't find, and then a bunch of ammunition and parts that we can find. Needing 2s and finding pretty much everything. I saw a 5 in here. 2 needs 5, needs 3s, needs 3s, needs 3s, gets a 5, needs a 4 for the battle armor SRM2 ammo. Did I order battle armor ammo? Whoops. Yeah, we'll just order a couple hundred shots of that. Oh, and since it's Monday, we also get 2 new scenarios also popped up. One for tomorrow, one for, what, like Thursday, that we're going to ignore because it's a space mission. And harass, you say. Who are we going to be harassing? Primary op 4 is 2,000 points. Reinforcements are 4,000 points. Reinforcements, enemy reinforcements are 4,800 points. And op 4 ground reinforcements are 3,700 points. Yeah, tomorrow does sound busy. We've got the mech base to capture with Galatea Lance. We've got harass mission the next day. Now they've got 2 mech bases. What the heck? Oh no, we've got one and they've got one. Okay. And we've got additional allied ground units are en route. Destroy 50% of the falling forces before they can reach the destination edge, and it does not tell me which forces I'm supposed to be taking. I'm gonna take something that's just gonna stomp them. We'll go ahead, we'll delete this mission because it's a space mission. We don't do those. Yeah, I think this is where we're gonna go ahead and call it. We will save the campaign. I guess it's, I don't know if it's worth raiding Big Fluffy tonight, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. And then after that, I think I might grab something to eat. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you on the flip side. We'll see you next week, and I hope you have a good one until then. So, hope you have a better week than I did.